Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Meta Tuesdays here in Arena Underground. This week we are playing the new Temur Adventures in Best of 1 Standard. As always, if you enjoy our content, please make sure to click that like and subscribe button. It's a way to support the channel for free. Also, make sure to go watch our other videos. We do Best of 3 Traditional Standard in our series, Best of 3, which runs sometimes on Mondays, sometimes on Fridays. Go check that out. And also we play some janky and fun decks in our other series of Meta Thursdays, which comes out usually every week on Thursdays. So go check that out as well. And now let's talk about this deck. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with Temur Adventures, this deck came out with the release of Throne of Eldraine and the card Lucky Clover. Lucky Clover, whenever you cast an adventure, instant, or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. What does that mean? For example, if you play the adventure side of Bone Crusher Giant Stump, it deals 2 damage to any target. If you have 1 Lucky Clover on the battlefield, you get to copy that effect. So you not only do 2 damage to a target, but you get to do 2 more damage to the same target or different target as you choose. So imagine if you have 2, 3, or your 4 Lucky Clovers on the battlefield. You get to do that how many times? You get to do that 5 times because you copy the effect for each Lucky Clover on the battlefield. That's pretty cool. And the same goes for Brazen Borrower, Feo Wishes, Lovestruck Beast, Beanstalk Giant, and goes on, right? You could play around with this deck, change things up as much as you like, but this seems to be kind of the brew that it's working out for everyone currently, so we thought we tried it. This is a most played deck, meaning that it's definitely a meta deck that's now being played quite a lot on Arena. Best of 1 and sometimes best of 3 as well. Anyway, another important card is Edgewall Innkeeper, which is a 1-mana 1/1 that allows you to draw a card every time you cast a creature spell that has an adventure. So this is your card draw engine. Anytime you cast Bone Crusher Giant as a creature, Lovestruck Beast, Brazen Borrower, Beanstalk Giant as a creature, you get to draw a card. So if you have 1 or multiple of these, it just goes on from there. You get to draw your cards and do your things. It's pretty cool. Another important card is Escape to the Wilds. Allows you to draw a few cards, and then you're able to play a land as well on the same turn. So this is another card draw engine that once you have all your lands, your clovers, and your innkeepers on the battlefield, you just go on from there. Very important is you also want to start ramping up as early as you can with Beanstalk Giant. Even if you only get 1 land out of the deal, you start to ramping on, just getting ready. You play your clovers and take over the game. So that's what the deck wants to do. We have 1 copy of the Great Hench, 1 copy of Incubation Incongruity, and then it's all adventure cards. One important thing, we do have 2 copies of Cerulean Drake, which is protection against mono red, which is obviously the most played deck in Best of 1 and Best of 3. And then we have a couple of Lava Coils in our deck as well, just again more protection against mono red and other like Gruul and mono green Stomping, things like that. But one important thing is Feo Wishes. Feo Wishes is one maybe of the most important cards in the deck as well, and sometimes a win condition, because if you have, for example, 8 mana on the battlefield, that's enough to cast the sorcery adventure side of Feo Wishes. Go grab something from your sideboard and maybe cast it right away. A lot of times what you want to do in the sideboard, we have things like Negate, Aether Gust, and Snakeful Stroke as protection, just to make sure if you have a nice board, you want to protect yourself. And then we also have Fling, which is a way to just win the game. If you have like a big Beanstalk Giant on the battlefield, you get just to find this in your sideboard, sacrifice your Beanstalk Giant, deal 10, 12 damage to your opponent in 1 sweep and win the game. But then you also have other things, Sorcery Spyglass, Storm Wrath as well, like against aggro decks, and Chandra and other things, So it's just, a good pile. You can always switch the things you have in the sideboard. And remember, you only need to have your Feo Wishes in your main deck in order to go grab those things. And yeah, that's it. I think you guys know the deck, and for those who don't, this is going to be quite fun to watch. So we hope you enjoy and learn a few tricks with us playing this deck. Anyway, I think we have 5 games for you. 1 lost against Mono Red, which is sometimes inevitable, but we won a game against Mono Red. We won a game against Azorius Control, and there's 2 other games in there. I don't remember quite what they were, but anyway, it's a pretty fun deck. You guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Alright guys, we are playing Temur Adventures in Best of 1 Standard. Okay, we're gonna try this hand. It's definitely interesting. I guess we start with Temple of Mystery to scry. We'll keep the breeding pool. We want to get... I think we want to get to Escape to the Wilds. Alright, we see a Rakdos land, so let's see how we do against Rakdos. Don't think we want to get Shock just yet, so we'll go with a Heart's Desire for our 1/1 human token. Alright, opponent plays Mountain and Stormfist Crusader. Okay, that's good. So we get to Stomping Grounds. Get rid of the Stormfist Crusader here. Play Edgewell Innkeeper. See if our opponent has answers for that. Attack for 1. So hopefully we can avoid the cat. Although we do have options to win the game over the top of the cat. Alright, they play a tapped Rakdos Guildgate. So this is some sort of like budget version of Rakdos cat food, I think, or Rakdos Knights. No blocks, we'll take that. Okay, great. So yeah, this is awesome. We pay 2 here. We play Lucky Clover. We get 2 triggers from Stump here. Yep, that's Lucky Clover for you. The attack for 2 here. Pass the turn. Alright, so as long as our Edgewell Innkeeper stays alive, we might be in good shape here. Let's see what our opponent has. They have a Smitten Swordsman. Okay, that's fine. Alright, we get to Lovestruck Beast. And I guess... we could just play the Feo Wishes here. Maybe we could... Yeah, I guess we want to draw a card here, so we'll just play the Feo Wishes. We can get it back later on. I think we want to take advantage of this Edgewell Innkeeper. Alright, we draw a card. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. Let's see what our opponent has here. They need to try to get rid of this Lovestruck Beast, I think. Alright, Icon of Ancestry. So this is a pretty spicy brew here for Rakdos Knights. We'll pay 2 again to shock ourselves. Play Edgewell Innkeeper. Play Bone Crusher. Yep. Nice. Alright. Now we're onto something. So we can now Stump again here. Get rid of these small creatures here. Attack for a bunch. Alright, opponent takes it, goes down to 10. Down to 9, actually. This is very strange. I mean, for being, like, we are in, like, diamond level at this point, right? And our opponent's just playing, like, this weird budget brew of Rakdos Knights. Okay, sure. They get to drain us a bit. But I think they're probably dead here, right? Like we untapped. Yeah, we have so many options here. We can give them back a bunch of things, right? With our Lucky Clovers, so... Yep, copy that. Copy that. Bounce that. Attack for everything. Alright, good game, Rakdos Knights. Alright guys, we are playing Temur Adventures in Best of 1 Standard. We go first, so we're going to try this hand. We get to... Yeah, I guess we get to... Breeding Pool untapped. We get a 1/1 human with our Heart's Desired. Alright, we see a Teen Street Dodger. Alright, they don't attack, that's good for us. So we get to just play Temple of Mystery, Scry. We're gonna leave the Beanstalk Giant, that seems fine. And play another 1/1 here. We can start attacking with our... actually, we don't. We're gonna let this be. Our opponent will have to choose if they want to burn our 1/1s or not. They play Robber, that's fine. I think we can get hit. They decide not to attack, alright, that's pretty good for us. So now we get to... Stomping Ground. Do we want to get rid? I think we want to get rid of this Robber of the Rich, although we can just play a Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, we're going to get rid of this Robber of the Rich. That seems fine. No attacks. Let's see if our opponent plays their Annex. Yep, Annex comes down. We're not afraid of Annex at the moment. We'll play our Lovestruck Beast. Pass the turn. Alright, let's see what's next. Okay, very cool. Opponent is going to attack with their Teen Street Dodger in order to light up the stage. Yep, go down to 15. Light up the stage to find Rimrock Knight. Yep. Alright, very cool. So we have options here. We can Beanstalk, get a land, play another Lovestruck Beast. We can also fail Wishes. Yeah, this is fine. We can fail Wishes next turn for like a Storm Wrath or something. We'll get another red source here. This will allow us to Lovestruck Beast. No attacks. So obviously our opponent will be able to Embercleave this turn, which is not great, but... Yep, Teen Street Dodger. Unblockable, unblockable. Attacks. If they attack with everything, then we know they have an Embercleaver. Alright, they go in with these three, so they don't have an Embercleave. You just want to pump this Rimrock Knight, I guess. Actually, we don't care about this. They can give it first strike, so... Don't know if we want to do this, right? Like... Yeah, it's fine. If we lose a Lovestruck Beast, I think that's fine. So we'll lose a Lovestruck Beast, they lose a Rimrock Knight, but we do get a Beanstalk Giant. Sure. Alright, we go down to 13, they get a token here 2 tokens, actually. Alright, interesting. Alright, we will Beanstalk Giant here. Just put a great wall in front of our opponent. This means that Embercleave is not that great. Next turn we can Feo Wishes into Storm Breath. That should be fine. No attacks here. So we are down to 13. I mean, it's definitely not great, and they can pump everything with their Castle Embereth now. Guess we'll have to find out. Alright, Teen Street is unblockable. Teen Street is unblockable, sure. See how they attack. Just the Teen Street Dodgers, okay. So far. They can pump. Yep, get in for 4. So they won't get that many tokens, I guess, right? It's like, we pay 2. Do we want to attack? I guess... Yeah, we don't really want to attack. Yeah, alright. We'll go all in here. See how our opponent blocks. They don't do anything. They take it all. Okay. Very interesting options there from our opponent. We actually tapped our red source there, so we are in a bit of trouble. What can we get here? I guess we can fling? Yeah, we can fling and win the game, right? So, yeah, we'll get a fling. Choose targets. No. Yep, that's game. Alright, we did it. Good game. Okay, guys, we are playing Temur Adventures in Best of 1 Standard. I don't like this hand, but being that we do have a Beanstalk Giant and a Lucky Clover, I might feel like we can keep this. But definitely not the best hand in the world. Alright, we're gonna play Breeding Pool tapped, pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent does. They go with Temple of Plenty, Scry's top. Alright, well, Brazen Bard is sorta nice. We get to Lucky Clover here. Let's see what our opponent does. So they could have like a turn 3 Knight of Autumn, which will get rid of the Lucky Clover, but maybe that's okay. Nishan Wanderer, okay. Huh. Alright. We're gonna Beanstalk Giant here. Get a few lands, including our red sources. I guess we get blue to keep Brazen Bar. Huh. Yeah, I think we have to get blue, right? Yeah, we'll get blue. That's fine. We get to pass the turn here, see what our opponent does before we fired up our Brazen Borer. You go with Destiny's Spinner. Okay, so let's see. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a land card from among them and put that card into your hand. Put the rest in the... Alright, that's cool. So they played this. This is fine. We get to bounce these 2 creatures. They get a land out of the deal, but... might be okay. They don't find a land, so that's good for us. Go in for the attack. We're gonna Brazen Borrow. Copy that. Brazen Borrow the next card. Sure. So we kind of put our opponent back to the starting point while we have a lot of options in our hand. So let's see what they play. Do they have a land? Seems like they don't have any more lands in hand, so they kept a 2-lander. Now they have to discard. It's not good. Alright, they don't have to discard. Or they did. Yeah, they got rid of Destiny's Spinner. Okay, we got another Brazen Borer. That's pretty cool. So we play land. We're just gonna go ahead and escape to the wilds. Awesome. We can play... put another land in play. I think we play a Lucky Clover here. Yeah, this should be good. I don't know how our opponent can come back from this with us having 2 Clovers on the field. So not even Knight of Autumn can get them out of this, I believe. Yep, that's game. Good game, Selesnya enchantments. Okay guys, this is Temur Adventures in Best of 1 Standard. And yeah, we go first, so we're gonna keep this. Seems good. We're gonna start with Stomping Ground, have our red sources on the battlefield as soon as possible. Alright, we see a mountain into a Fervent Champion, of course. Alright, very cool. So we get to just... I think we leave Bone Crusher up to get rid of a Runaway Stimkin here. Alright, we'll start there. Pass the turn. See what our opponent plays. That's the normal best. Alright, they go for Fervent Champions. So that's something we do have to get. I think we have to get rid of at least one of these Fervent Champions. It's not great to let a Runaway Stimkin in their hand, but I don't think we can take all this damage. So we'll just take one for now. We might see a light up the stage here. Scorch Spitter. Okay. Alright. Could be worst. Alright, if we would have known, we would have gotten Lucky Clover. We might have let our Bone Crusher there, but that's that. Alright, so tap Breeding Pool, Lucky Clover, go from there. So we'll get a lot of value next turn. We can play Edgewell into Bone Crusher, draw a card. We still don't get all the value from Lucky Clover, but it's sort of fine. So we get hit for 3 here. We go down to 15. Our opponent doesn't do anything. Alright, that's cool. It's fine with us. We get to, I think we're just gonna Beanstalk Giant here. Get 2 lands out of our deck. I think we want Forest. And Mountain. We can play an Edgewell here. And then if our opponent wants to shock this Edgewell, maybe it's okay. No, I think this is fine. We'll just pass and take the hit. It's not great when we're taking so many hits. Yeah, we see the shock there. Yep. So we're down to 13, virtually 10. Alright, this is, yep, not good. Not good. Down to 4, and, yeah, this might be game. We can play the Edgewell. Play the Edgewell. But then this Scorch Spitter might do the trick, actually, so... We're gonna scry here, see what we find. Don't think we want another Beanstalk Giant. And we're gonna play the Bone Crusher. Draw 2. Lands. Alright. So let's see what our opponent has here. Guess we are pretty dead to whatever they play next. Yeah, we kind of always forget about Torbran. Obviously, yeah, we get hit for 3 and just any burn spell kills us here, so. Block with everything. Ember Cleave, and yep, it's game. Good game, Mono Red. Okay, guys, we are playing Temur Adventures and Best of 1 Standard. So being that we have a couple of Lucky Clovers, we're going to try this. We don't have a lot to do on our first couple of turns other than Heart's Desired, but that's not even that great with this hand. And we're playing against either Fires or Azorius control, so yep. Alright, let's see what happens. I guess we do. Alright, we're going to play Stomping Ground tap. See what our opponent's playing, actually. Alright, so this is Azorius controls, where the Birth of Millet is in place. It's not unwinnable, but the win percentage is pretty low. Alright, do we see it's a fairy here, getting rid of Lucky Clover? That's a Banishing Light, alright. Well, at least we got another one, but definitely not in great shape here. Alright, we will play Heart's Desired here. Get a couple tokens, pass the turn. Alright, nothing happens. We do get a Brazen Borrower. That's good. Just gonna Lava Coil this 0-4 here, I think. Opponent's checking our lands for some reason. They go Mystical Dispute. Okay, sure. So we'll let that go. Pass the turn. Hit them for 1. Alright, let's see what's next. Alright, that's a Plains into... It's a fairy, of course. So what do we want to do here? I think we can Brazen Borrow a couple of things later, but we then can also kill Teferi, right? Like... Yeah, we're gonna bounce now, I think. Get back another copy of Lucky Clover. Just in case we draw something good, right? So they need to bounce a token here. Because, I mean, they can bounce Lucky Clover, but that's not, like, really interesting since we have another copy of it. Alright, so they still bounce the Clover. Sure. Opponent goes back to 20. We get to Stomping Ground. Play Lucky Clover. Play Beanstalk Giant Sorcery to get 2 lands. That's 1. And yeah, that's 2. That's make it 3. Alright, awesome. And now, so we can play Lovestruck Beast, but then our opponent could just shatter this guy, right? So we're just gonna Just gonna pass, see what they do. Play land. Play Banishing Light on a Lucky Clover, okay. That's cool. Alright, so we get to attack for 2 here. We are going to play the Brazen Borrower this time. We don't want to put a lot on the battlefield at the moment. Let's see if they want to counter this. They don't. Okay. Play Steam Vents. Tapped. Pass the turn. So we are giving them a chance to find a Shatter this guy. But if they do have it and we put everything on the battlefield there, then we're, you know, it's not going to be great. Alright, here's the Shatter this guy. Good, so we can at least start playing things. Alright, we have a Fail Wishes. Now, what does that do? Honestly, not quite sure. Just gonna put a few tokens in play here. See if our opponent has another Shatter the Sky in hand. Pass the turn. That's a land. Alright, so we get to go in for the attack. They go down to 6. Huh. Okay. So they basically need to find it, right? Like, we can play the Beanstalk Giant. No, I think this is fine. If they Shatter here, then we can potentially win next turn with Fail Wishes. They shock themselves to Elspeth Conquers Death, a Lovestruck Beast. Okay. And that's it. We got it. Alright, good game. Azorius control. That was all for today. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and click the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Have a good one.